Brought to you by the Ramsey Network app. Download today to go further with Ramsey. From the Ramsey Network app, we get our question from Corey. Dave, you recently took a call where the person had 35 credit cards. How do the banks even allow someone to get that many cards?
Actually, a good question, Corey.
Corey, that's sweet that you are naive enough to think that the banks even think. That's sweet that you would think common sense would enter into this transaction. That's so sweet, Corey. No, it doesn't. And, you know, this is the same kind of mentality, Corey, that you've got that people say, well, I must be able to handle the payment or they wouldn't have given it to me. No, they'll give it to you.
The same, yeah.
Whatever the payment is. They'll approve you for the loan way beyond.
18-year-old. $200,000 in loans for college, sure, right?
Yeah,
they just
like
hand it to you.
So, Corey, the most aggressively. Here's an interesting fact. Let's just take it even a step back further. We now, at this moment in 2024, in America, the United States, live in the most marketed to, sold to culture in the history of the world, in the history of the human race. You will receive more marketing impressions on your ears and eyes and brain in this coming calendar year than any set of humans ever has in history. That's pretty interesting when you think about it. And when you are sold that much stuff, people buy that much stuff. And among the most marketed to group of people in the history of the human race, the most aggressively marketed product in the most aggressively marketed time in history is debt. Debt is a product. They sell it. They sell home equity loans. They sell student loans. They sell car loans. They sell private loans. They sell title loans. They sell any kind of home loans, any kind of loan you can dream up. Put a word in front of the word loan and it happens. Dog loans, cat loans. There are loans for everything. I was trying to buy a T-shirt, for God's sakes, and they offered me payments on it with Klarna the other day. I'm like, it's a T-shirt. Why would you? 3 easy payments of $1.26. I mean, come on. You know, it's like, what?
On a $5 T-shirt.
I'm kidding. But I don't remember that. That
No, I know,
that probably
but
wasn't the number. 10 easy payments.
It's at the end of every transaction you do
20
online.
easy payments of $1.26.
No, I got you.
Whatever it is.
Yep.
Yeah, and they're always easy payments. No one says hard payments, right?
Yeah.
And yet when you make them, they're always hard. They're not easy. So, and among the most aggressively marketed debt products, the most aggressively marketed debt product, debt being the most aggressively marketed product in the most aggressively marketed to group of people in the history of the human race, is credit cards, Corey. American Distress, Visa, MasterCard, they're your new master, and Discover Bondage, together those 4 names spend more. American Express, I said that one, yeah. American Distress. Together they will spend $1 billion on marketing. It's more than beer. It's more than Chevy pickup trucks going through mud puddles. More than all your car advertising put together. More than any other category of advertising. What's in your wallet? Says the failed actor.
Mm-hmm.
The actor who can't get a part now. What's in your wallet?
Or the great actress, because they're paying billions or millions of dollars to her too. So
yeah,
because they have it.
Got to admit, I'm a Jennifer fan. But
there was a that's who I was thinking of, Jennifer Gardner.
Yeah.
She's actually great.
But Maverick, her dad, would not be proud. I'm just saying.
I know, and I'm trying to look up because it was sent to me by multiple people. And now I can't find it.
So anyway, the credit card is the most aggressively marketed product out there.
Yeah.
And so in the midst of that, they are issuing credit cards en masse to people who can't pay them, don't need them, including dead people, dogs. We used to collect bizarre credit card stories.
I remember that.
And I had a guy send me one from Virginia. He, as a joke, which was fraudulent and he shouldn't have done this, but as a joke, he applied for a credit card in the name of Buck Naked.
Okay.
They issued the card to Buck. Buck got him a card. Another guy sent me from New Orleans a credit card, an actual card. He sent me the card and a letter. It was issued to Frou Frou, who was his poodle, who had died. And that was unsolicited. They picked it up off the AKC registration and meant to send it to the owner of the dog. Instead, issued the card en masse to the dogs. Literally, it's gone to the dogs. And so, I mean, this is the credit card world. So please, God, don't think you're special if somebody gave you a credit card. I mean, when I was in college, I thought, well, if I can get an American Express, then by God, I'm successful. And if I get a gold piece of plastic versus a silver piece of plastic, then I'm really someone because of the color of my plastic.
And you get to pay more fees to get those cards.
The color of my plastic dictates the quality of my personal identity.
Yep.
So, Corey, that's what you're dealing with. Yeah. We've had people with 200 credit cards. There are people that that believe that credit cards are excellent, and they have their own YouTube channel and all this stuff on how you can live off of the points and how you can be the card man or whatever and all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it's a thing because it's so prevalent that any moron can get more credit cards than they can pay. So that's how, Corey, because you're making the sweet and naive assumption that the bank actually cares about you and would look at you and say, you can't afford this, so we're not going to do harm to you. No, they don't. Then none of that is true. They will do harm to you in a heartbeat if they get the opportunity.
And just to remember that they're here to make money off of you, and they know how to do it. Like, that's their job. That's their job. And there was a recent clip. It went crazy, but the
one you were just trying to find.
Yes, and I found it. The president or whoever it was, of MasterCard and Visa. It was the two. They have 80% of the market share, and they're in front of Congress testifying.
Because of antitrust.
Yeah, and they won't lower fees for small businesses like they give deals to big corporations like Walmart. And they have to verbalize and say what they're making, their profit margin. It makes you sick. It makes you realize, literally off the backs of Americans, this is what they're making. Like, it is, they make, and we know that they make billions and billions and billions. But as you sit there and watch these two people, you're like, oh my God. And they're not even, from any level of integrity trying to help small businesses, even though we're against credit cards. But like, even that, right? I mean, everything is about making money. It's all they're in it for. And so they know how to do it really well. And they market it to you and bring you into this cycle and this mindset of it that is very, it's crazy.
Yeah, so just remember, if you're issued a new credit card, you're no better than Frou Frou or Buck.
Moral of the story. Look up the Congress clip.
The dead poodle.
Fascinating.
Or the naked guy that doesn't exist.
Okay.
There you go. One of the two. I mean, you're no better than either. This is The Ramsey Show. Brought to you by the Ramsey Network app. Download today to go further with Ramsey.